Prep harder, prep faster. Guys, we are running out of time. We really are. And the signs are there. Guys, there's too many things going on in the world that are not looking good. They're sending up red flags. They're shooting up flares into the sky. Guys, I'm not joking. We are running out of time. You got to get prepared now. You got to get prepared now. You're not talking about a temporary shortage. We're not talking about a month of not being able to get the things that you're used to getting. Guys, we're talking about a catastrophic collapse, catastrophic problems worldwide. And if you're not ready, you're going to find yourself wanting. In the end, you're going to find yourself going, I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have listened. Guys, I'm going to put some little clips in here that you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Just some little red flags that I'm seeing, and I captured on video to kind of show you some of the stuff that I'm seeing in my area, things that I have not seen in the past. And these are just little things compared to the big picture. But one of the things I'll tell you, twice in the last month, I've gone to a gas station up here in Minnesota, and these are two different gas stations. They're not the same one, and they were out of gas. And that tells me, I mean, it could be numerous things. It could be bad management. They're not ordering the fuel truck in time. Maybe it's on a set schedule and they sold more gas than they expected. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's truck driver shortage. I've heard a lot about that. So maybe they're having troubles getting fuel to all the stations in time. Could be something like that. Or it could be that there's simply not enough fuel to go around fast enough. I really don't know. But what I do know is I never had this issue before. I never had this issue in my years of driving. I have never had an issue where I've gone to a gas station and they say out of gas. It just, at least to me, I've never seen it. Maybe some of you guys have ran into that kind of issue off and on or something. Whatever, I don't know. But I know I have personally never ran into that issue until this last month. Twice now. And there is no mad dash at the pumps right now or anything like that. So to me, that's a red flag. It's out of the norm. So there's a second thing now. I've gone to gas stations, multiple gas stations. I drive garbage truck. I get around enough on my routes. I visit several gas stations. I service some of them. The thing is I'm seeing more and more empty shelves at gas stations as well, convenience stores, where it's out of the norm. It's not the normal thing. It's like the supplies aren't coming in on time. And one of the gas stations I randomly decided to ask, how come you guys are half out of product? And their quick response was, oh, we're doing an inventory an inventory flush, and then we're going to bring in new stuff. Oh, okay, well, maybe they were telling the truth, maybe not. But again, out of the ordinary. And then it's not just one gas station, it's multiple gas stations I've seen this at. And I'm talking different companies too, not the same organization. And I took some video of one of them where the water bottles are heavily picked through. Red Bull was almost entirely gone, and multiple other products, juices and whatnot, were also picked through. If I probably should have zoomed in towards the back of them too, you would have seen that there's some of the ones that were in stock, there was only a couple bottles of it, or 2, 3, 4, but they weren't stocked full or anything like that, like I normally see. These are the kind of things I'm seeing more and more, is these little gaps in product that I didn't used to see. So again, it doesn't look good. And then there's another little video clip I put on there of an inflation price I'll be inserting in this video, rather, where I purchased different I purchased 3 pounds of hamburger on 2 different days. One was in May and one was in June here. And the one that I just bought in June, it was even on manager's special, because of the fact that the next day it was going to be hitting that sell by day. So I got it at a reduced price. However, even at the reduced price, it was nearly $5 more than the 3-pound hamburger I had purchased just a month ago. And this and they were both 85-15. They were both the same amount of meat fat ratio, and I go over that, I believe, entirely in those in that little snippet. But guys, my point is here, there's more and more things like this happening. We've got prices that keep going up. We keep having issues in our supply chains, and it's one thing after another. It's not just the tanker or the cargo ship got stuck in the canal. It's not just that one thing. Then it's a hack on this, and it's a hack on that, and it's an explosion at this production facility, and an explosion at another one, or something happened and they had to shut down, or there's a contamination. It's something, one thing after another, guys. One thing after another. And this is not normal. It may seem like it's normal now because it's happening left and right, but we can only continue to function like this for so long before the supply chain is completely broken, before we start running into more people starving and not getting what they need, before prices continue to skyrocket through the roof because of the fact that there's way more demand than there is supply to get around because of all the constant interruptions, one thing after another. Guys, in all my time of even noticing these kind of things, I've never seen these kind of things happen. I shouldn't say in noticing these things. What I'm saying is, in all my life, I never seen so many supply interruptions. Yes, here and there something would happen. You might hear of a recall of a product or something that might cause some slight interruption, but never like this. And it's like an attack on the supply chain, and it's happening over and over. And then we have the situations of very abnormal weather. We have droughts happening that are affecting our food supplies. We have freak weather situations. We have locusts hitting over in the Middle East and Africa, and yes, that sort of thing does happen, but there's too much of these things happening all at once, or one after another, and it's gonna catch up to the food supply to the point where nobody can deny what's going on. Right now, you might be able to kind of brush it under the rug and think it's just little hiccups and it's going to get better and it's going to go back to normal, because it's not necessarily noticeable to everybody yet, but it will as soon as they realize that they can't get anything anymore, as soon as panic sets in the streets. I apologize, I got interrupted by a phone call. Maybe you wouldn't have noticed, but anyways, where was I here? I think yeah, what I was saying was you know, it'll be completely noticeable as soon as the supply chain is fractured to the point where there's panic in the streets, where people realize that there's not enough food coming, when they realize that they're not able to fill their cupboards anymore because the price has gone up so much and the store doesn't even have hardly anything left. Then you get a mob hitting the store, a crazy mob, a violent mob. I mean, these kind of things can happen. And if you think the government is actually going to give you ample warning that this is coming, you got to be crazy. They're not going to give you ample warning. Ask the Bosnians, excuse me, if if their government gave them proper warning. In fact, they lied to their people and kept trying to keep them calm, that things would be fine. Venezuela asked their people if their government gave them ample warning. Guys, they didn't. And same thing will happen here. They're not going to give us ample warning before there's a complete collapse. They're just not going to do it. They'll drop little hints. There'll be certain people dropping little hints here and there, which they have been. But in general, they're telling us that it'll be okay and things will get back. They'll get back to normal in time. We'll have some hardship for a little while, but things will get better. But they're not going to tell you what can happen and what I foresee happening. And I foresee it happening rather quickly. Guys, I believe honestly that we are running out of time very quickly. So prep now, prep harder, and be ready. And as I always say, be prepared in your heart especially. And make sure you are right with Jesus Christ the Lord. Because guys, in the end, that is truly what matters most. And I'm gonna cut it off there. You'll see some little video snippets of what I've ran into at some gas stations and the inflationary price of the meat, just to show you guys the proof of what I'm seeing. And I guess we'll just go from there. Guys, you have a good evening. Undercover Prepper out. Here's an example of the inflation that's already taking place with our meats. Now this is, I've got two different chunks of meat here. They're both just over 3 pounds from the same store. There's 3.06 pounds and 3.04 pounds. And they're both 85.15 ground beef. But look at the price difference on these. So this one was sold by May 23rd. So this isn't that long ago. And this one I had in my freezer. I paid $10.07 for this thing. And we come over here. This is only about a month later. Sell by date is June 20th. And look at the price I paid. $14.56. I paid a whopping $4.79 a pound compared to $3.29 a pound. That's just in 1 month, guys. It's a $5 jump on the same meat. $5 jump. And this one is on manager special. I forgot to add that, if you didn't notice that already. This one's manager special. It was even higher than that. Wonder what it was at. Anyways, guys, figured I'd drop this into the video and show you a side-by-side comparison of the meat price change just in 1 month.